Hey y'all, good morning. So, I've been trying to talk to y'all all day. Y'all don't even understand. I've been at the house early this morning trying to get gas, trying to get things taken care of. I drove the car, so ain't no light in the car. So I was like, I don't want it to be extra dark while I'm trying to talk to the people that can't see me. They're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna watch this dark video. Needless to say, we are where we are. So, welcome to my channel, y'all. My name is Jamaica Anderson, and I'm here just talking about life and all the things that affect us in life and becoming a better person at the end of the day. So, if you don't already know that, now you know. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you go up top and subscribe. Down below, you can like, comment, and share on the video. But I usually don't talk about this at the beginning of the video because I like for y'all to watch and see if this even something you like. Needless to say, I was sitting up here this last night and this morning thinking about communication. And one of the things that I was thinking about to myself is that we haven't been taught to properly communicate. Some people have not been taught how to properly communicate. I myself, I can't say I'm one of them. I was taught, let's do that. I was taught to communicate, but I was not taught to be listened to be heard. And so there's a little bit of a difference there. And when I was given those opportunities, it was like the golden ticket. So let me back up some. So as a child in my household, right? Been around many adults, different spaces and places. What I heard the most was children are to be seen and not heard. And what happened in my point of view, and this is the most negative version of it, but we're gonna go there and then we'll wrap back around and explore it a little bit, but who knows. They used to say children are to be seen and not heard. And what I felt like at now as an adult, because I can't even talk about me as a child. I probably felt that way as a child too, but as an adult, I felt a portion of it is like you just want me to work and practically be a slave. You want me to clean up because I was the person who had to clean up everything. I had to clean up behind everybody. I had to cook. I had to clean. I did all the things that a maid or a servant would do without necessarily getting paid or anything. And I get, because my grandmother used to say back in the day, you got to work in order to eat, right? Every man got to work in order to eat. Great concepts, great thoughts, great slogans. And that's true. It needs to be taught because there's a disconnect with some of these kids these days. But yeah, but for the most part, like when we did stuff, when we did cleaning or whatever else, we did chores, if you want to call it that. I don't like calling it chores. Let me tell y'all this. When people say chores, I see like on TV where you have two, three, four people, everybody got something different to do. Like today's your day to wash dishes, tomorrow's your day to mop the floor, the next day you washing clothes or whatever. Like when I hear chores, I hear it as like something to trade out to do, like there's multiple people involved. In my household, that wasn't it. It was me. Me, my mom, my stepdad, my baby sister, and I did it all. I literally did it all. My mom would say, go in there and wash some dishes. Whether I ate, drunk, anything out of a cup, I could have been gone for a week. And when I came back, all the dishes were dirty and it was for me to clean them up. And then I would be gone another week back to my grandmother's house. So when I say what I say it because it was true. I was a slave. There weren't chores. You were the maid. You did it all. I I understand cleaning my area, like my bathroom and things like that. I even understand sweeping and mopping the floor from time to time or whatever else have you. But yeah, I digress. So these things happen. And then, of course, when I would complain, I would be like, I wasn't even here. Why do I have to come home for 2 days or one day? Come home Friday, Saturday, and go back to my grandma's house on Sunday. Why am I cleaning up all y'all dishes? Why am I separating y'all dirty drawers and washing clothes? Like, what is happening here? It's not even me washing my own clothes. I could get that. But I'm out here in the garage separated everybody's clothes to wash everybody's stuff. And I would be met with, you just need to do it and you need to shut up or you need to da da da. It was all these other things. So I feel as though part of me in certain respects, it was like you couldn't be heard, right? Children are to be seen, not heard. Then if I would voice my complaints with somebody else, aunt, or uncle, whoever have you, it was kind of like, oh well, that's just your mom, or oh well, da 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 da. And I'm not trying to victim blame, victim shame, victim whatever. That's not it at all. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build some background on why I think the way that I think. In some respects, and somebody else may agree, some people may disagree. That's your business, is your prerogative. Do as thou wilt. So that happened. At my dad's house, things were a little bit different. Like I got a little bit more freedom and choices and things like that. But like, say for instance, they'll be like, "Oh, are you hungry?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm not hungry right now." "Well, are you sure?" Well, da da da. He would cook anyway. Well, go in there and eat. I'm not hungry. Like, it smells delicious, smells good, but I'm not hungry. Well, you need to eat something. Well, da 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 da. It was like, you're not listening to me. Like at this point now, and now you're trying to force food down my throat. Then the next day or a couple days later is, ooh, you getting big. Maybe you can miss a few meals. What? Or and some people may have experiences too. You go, you eat, other people fix your plate for you, and then you're like, oh, I'm full, and you've eaten everything that you wanted to eat off the plate, and they're like, well, we won't waste food over here. Well, you don't throw that away. You need to eat all of your food. Make sure all the food going off your plate. Oh, well, children in Africa are starving, so you need to eat da 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 da. What? I'm no longer hungry. Like, can it's not go in the refrigerator? Like, what's happening? Well, you're not finna just waste my food. So when I talk about people, well, when I talk about communication, these are some of the things that I think about and why I feel that myself, I can't talk about nobody else. Let me stop trying to say we, because that's a cop out from time to time. I feel that communication is vital, it's important. But when I've had these experiences, it has made me feel as though my voice is not that important, or that people are not willing to listen and hear exactly what it is I have to say. And then when we go into getting older and wanting to communicate with the opposite sex, right? In my household, it was always, well, you don't need no boyfriend until out of my house, or until you 18, or until blah, blah, blah. It's like, dang, I can't even call nobody. I can't even have that communication, be friends and build this skill. And it's like, well, ain't no boys coming to my house. Ain't this, ain't that. And so for 16, 17, 18 years, there's this separation of the sexes, boys and girls. And then all of a sudden, when you 19, 20, and you go off to college, 21, everybody's now, well, when you gonna have kids? When you gonna get you a boyfriend? When you gonna get married? When you just, I don't have those skills. That's a skill set that I was not able to develop. And I hear a lot of people who always are like, well, you don't have to. Your parents didn't teach you how to have sex either, and you learn how to do that. Probably not well. You know what? For people to rely on school systems, and you have a school to teach your child, this is stay away from sex, abstain from sex until you're married, and that's usually, or the church will tell you to abstain from sex until you're married. And sex and communication and building relationship and friendships are all different things. And the simple fact that you're keeping your child away from communicating with the opposite sex, and then turn around and be surprised that they don't like the opposite sex, or that when they are able to talk to the opposite sex, the first thing they lead with is their vagina or their dicks, because, oh my gosh, I don't know how to really communicate, but I know that this makes me feel good, and I can at least, based off of what I see on TV, I could talk to you about sex. Everybody wants to talk about sex. And then as parents, I don't think a lot of parents are mindful that when they're talking, a lot of the time it's about relationships, about sex, about what this person is and isn't doing. That's what their children are being programmed to hear. That's all they look for. I'm getting in a relationship because yeah, I want somebody to be with me, but I want them to do everything I want them to do, and then we want to have sex. And so you have people who are going out. For me personally, I had some guy friends, and the guy friends that I had, it was like, I definitely don't like you. I don't want to say definitely don't like you, but I'm not gonna be in a relationship with you. So we can wild out all day, and that ain't gonna face me. But the person who I like, yes, they're gonna get me, but there's aspects of myself that allows me to be more vulnerable, allows me to be more sensual, allows me to be more sexual, that they're going to be able to receive, and maybe that's what I lead with them, because that's the aspect that I hide from everybody else. And so then when we're communicating, or when things are not going my way, I don't know how to communicate that this is not what I like. I can say this ain't what I like, but to say what I do like, sometimes it's difficult because nobody, for however many years, nobody's actually been listening. Or even when you have friends and they listen, sometimes friends don't fully listen, or they just, you're having friendships that are trauma bonds, or friendships that are just based off of certain activities and stuff. So you know exactly what to talk to them about. But when you have somebody else in your space who you want to share everything with, then you have all these conflicts, because you hear some people say, don't share everything. You're talking too much. You're not talking enough. You need to learn how to find somebody who got what you need. You need to make sure you get money. A man should be paying for all the things. Well, sometimes you gotta love people and blah blah. It's so many contradictions. And not this, I mean, life is a contradiction. So it makes sense. And depending on what you need at whatever time, all of these things make sense. And it's not that any of them are wrong. They're all correct just based off of your desires, your needs, and your wants. But when you've been told not to voice your opinion, or when you have a voice your opinion, you've been shut down, or people have diminished your desires, your needs, and your wants, and just basically giving you what they think you deserve or what you should have. When you go into other aspects of your life, you do the same. When you go to a job, you get hired and you do the job, but you don't voice your opinion. You're so busy not trying to throw people under the bus, or you don't want these people to not like you, that you basically sit there and you deal with shit that you shouldn't be dealing with, which is crazy. You deal with people disrespecting you, and you shouldn't have to. You deal with people who have this complex that I'm the boss and you should listen to everything that I say, and what I say goes, and you don't have any opinion because they're a person who did not have any authority in their own life. So now they feel that they should overemphasize their power and abilities, when at the end of the day, we're all the same. You're no better than me. You're my peer. Your position is different, but you're my peer. Everyone is my peer. No matter what you do or what you don't do, you piss and shit just like me. And what you eat don't make me piss of shit, and what I eat don't make you piss of shit. So what you're saying is, you need to come to me. What I'm saying is, you need to come to me with more respect than you thinking that you could just tell me what to do and think that that's exactly what it's gonna be. And some people need to understand that your boss has a boss. Your boss is not the CEO or the COO or the CFO, or any of those other things. And if they are, that's something different when they own the company, but they still need to respect you. Respect is given and it's earned. I believe it's both. I'm going to give you respect when I meet you. Some people say even a dog deserves respect. I'm going to give you respect when I meet you. But as soon as you come to me sideways, you disrespect me, please believe I'm going to meet you with disrespect. Y'all know there's a man out here on Instagram, a commissioner, whatever. I don't even know where he's from, but he, in one of his videos that they posted, he was like, you go low, I'm going to hell. He is so hilarious. I love me some him, because he reminds me of the old school black. Because For some reason, people are either, I feel like people forget what they've been exposed to and only remember what they've been taught. That's a word. And when I say that, it's because I remember growing up with strong Black women who did not put up with a whole lot of foolishness, or other Black people, and they communicated fairly well. My grandmother, one of them, used to always ask, like, "What do you want? Or are you hungry?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm fine." Well, I didn't ask you how you was doing. I asked you if you were hungry. It's a yes or no answer, and then what you want would be the follow up. Like, you had people who were teaching you how to communicate, and again, I'm at a place where I'm just believing that we as a society do not have great communication skills, and we as a society believe that everybody should think and be exactly like us, and we talk about all these different influences, and at the end of the day, we have some people who are influencing us that should not be influencing us. We have people who are claiming to be something that they really not, and making you feel or think or believe that their way is better than your way, and it's not. And at some point, we have to do what we need to do for ourselves. And I think that communication needs to be something that is discussed a bit further. Communication is something that needs to be worked on. Language is an art. That's why they call it language arts. It is an art, and we definitely, as a community, even myself included, we need work on it. We need so much work on it. But yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm running out of space on my phone, which sucks, and I got to get to this meeting like now. So again, I am Jamaica Anderson, y'all. Hey, check out Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits. That's one of the podcasts that I'm on, and uh, that was my alarm. Sorry, y'all, but that's one of the podcasts that I'm on. Make sure you subscribe to the channel above, and like, share, comment on this page. Let's talk about communication. Let's communicate. All right, y'all. I'm gonna be out. Have a good day.